We just left an exhibition of country western art, something that I am not big on. I mean, if my friend hadn't come down, I almost made an excuse, but we walked away feeling a little different about it. And you know what? It felt like art, whether it was bad or good. It was tangible. It was for real. There was something there. So how does that compare as far as, yeah, we're going to turn right here.
Well, I'll tell you something that Rosa said one time. That's my 19-year-old daughter. I was saying something about being an art snob, which I am.
I think we both are. What was my comparison? The two old men in the Muppets?
In the Muppets. Up in the good seats or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying something about that or whatever, and my daughter said it's not that you don't like bad art, you like bad art too. You consider it, but it's the stuff that's not art. Yeah, like that's the problem. Stuff that's not art, that's going by the name of art. And back there, that was art.
I mean, whether you like it or not,
it's art.
It really was art.
It really was, and that's like so some of it was bad. I mean, I was walking through there. I was really, the lowest point of the whole show, like overall, was composition to me. I feel like compositionally.
Do we miss our turn?
Probably. I don't know where I'm going.
Whoops.
I don't have any idea.
I think we missed our turn.
Which was what? Oh, Lincoln.
Yeah.
I knew that too.
Yeah, we could still get there. What is this coming up?
There's the light. I can't see that far. We really are the old Muppets.
Yeah.
You could have a whole second podcast where we could just be the old Muppets. I don't want to get on the
Iowa.
No.
That's cool.
Well, this is Santa Fe.
We can wrap back around.
So I can take a ride. Take a
wrap back around.
Okay. So anyway, so I feel like the compositions in this show were the weakest point overall. Like some of them had good composition, but overall, I feel like that was the weakest point of it. But I didn't walk out of there saying that's not art. And I get off Instagram saying almost everything I see is not art. So yeah. Really isn't about being bad, because there was bad art in there for sure, but there was also some good art.
But it also felt like it was something you could take away. It's not. Mm-hmm. It wasn't something that was making an excuse masquerading as art.
Exactly.
And I think that that's a major problem right now. It's so subjective to where it's subjectified itself out of like relevancy.
Well, you also brought up while we were in there that there was an attention to craft in all aspects, including like how the piece was like what ground it was on and how it was stretched on the canvas, how the frames were, all of that. There was attention to detail that's absent from a lot of contemporary art. Yeah. We just can get away with anything. Yeah. We can't. We don't have to pay attention to anything if we don't want to.
Well, and I think we're trying to get away from anything, get away with everything now.
Oh, you think so?
I think that contemporary art right now is just trying to get away with whatever the fuck it can. And it will. It's like, as long as you can come up with an idea, as long as you can come up with...
idea. That's the key thing. This stuff wasn't about ideas.
No.
Which is kind of what makes it feel more like it's about art. Because we've kind of got to this point where if all the art is just about the ideas, then becomes like this like kind of separation.
Yeah.
And the right way again.
That's a one way. Darn it. Hey, folks, pause for a moment. We got to find our way back. Okay, we are back. We are both directionally challenged, but we are here. And
so that show felt like art, even though it's very different from what we normally, look at, take inspiration from, talk to each other about, all of that. It did feel...
In a quarter mile, your destination will be on the right.
Sorry about that, folks. When we say impromptu, we mean impromptu.
We do. I mean, I know I'm going to 23rd, right?
There it is right here. So we're going to hit that parking lot.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah. But yeah, contemporary art, you're right. It doesn't feel like art. It feels like this disjointed activity.
Yeah, it does. It feels like an activity, and it also feels, it just feels disingenuous and just
Disingenuous.
yes, it does because there's like this kind of tongue-in-cheek thing that's been taken to the extreme.
Yeah, it has. And it's like the joke's been on us forever as people that want to appreciate art, but we don't even know exactly what art is now.
Yeah, I know you said that in one. You were talking about that in one of your other podcasts about, well, you've talked about it a lot actually, like the difference between content and art, and like, I always kind of looked down on, um, art that was outside of like the contemporary modern art world, like the show that we just went to, because I thought it was all about technique. And I saw that technique and I saw that like level of skill as being like boring. And like you can't differentiate between the artists and it all looks the same and who did what. And like, there's no feeling behind it. And the reason I wanted to come to this show is because I figured there had to be some kind of feeling behind it because someone loves this work. Like there's some sort of love for art happening in here. I could tell, not least because how much of it sold. Right?
They
How
were
much
yeah,
people
they were
willing.
purchasing, they were actually investing monetarily in the artists that they supported, whether we like them or not. There is a genuine following.
Yes, exactly. And so when we got in the space, you could actually see in a lot of the art itself a love for art. And that is not what I was expecting. I was being very cynical. I was like, we're going to go down there. It's going to be all these people who can paint, and their paintings are going to be boring, and they're all going to look the same. And that's not what happened.
We think that and no offense to anybody that loves country and Western music, I'm going to say that right now so you don't get offended because I know you will. Not a big fan of country Western art, but this changed what we think about it from a patron standpoint and from an execution standpoint. They are committed to what they believe art is.
Absolutely. That's the perfect way to say it. And like I told you in there, I saw a piece. Like I've known I've been attracted to still lives lately for some reason, I can't paint them. I mean, I do not have the skills for a couple of the pieces that I saw in the show. I mean, I don't have the skills for it. But there was a piece in there, the one of the whiskey bottle and the bitters and the spoon. And I was like, if I could buy this and put this in my house, I would fall in love with art again.
Wow. I have not seen anything contemporary I mean, we went from, past masters to bananas taped to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's become. Well, we misjudged some art and we were wrong. I almost said no. I know I wanted to do a podcast with Marriane, but normally, and she was ready for me to say no, but I said yes, let's check it out. And we did. And I think our impressions of art have changed. And I think we're feeling a little bit more appreciation for the traditional arts.
Yeah, and I feel like we'll have a lot more to talk about too. And so we do spend a lot of time complaining. So maybe this will inject some, like some reference and some something different into our conversations.
Well, Marianne's a really, really good friend, and I would love to continue the conversations about this because we can be some grouchy, uppity art snobs. And we're going to try to change our outlook on things, especially with this experience. So, Marriane, until the next time, let's not try to be so grumpy.
Yeah, and thanks for not scoffing when I asked you to go see the Cowboy show. Or at least you didn't scoff out loud. I'm sure you internally scoffed and said,
well, I mean, I was thinking, what the hell are we expecting to see? They're cowboys. I just assume we're going to go see some cowboys. Yes. So anyway, this is your guide, Nathan Lee, the brave artist, with my friend Marriane. for Life is Art, a little bit more lighthearted today. And if you like what we're doing, share, like, and subscribe, and let others know about this growing channel. Until the next time, take care.